Alright, what is up YouTube? This is Space Captain again with another battle report for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Today we have Path to Glory. This is the first of many Path to Glory battle reports that I will be doing. Today we have Skaven versus the Undead. So we decided to start off the campaign with Monsters Lair scenario. Here we have the story of a Terrorgheist who has ingested a substantial amount of warpstone. This is causing it to mutate and become uncontrollable to the vampires. So the Terrorgheist retreats to its den, plagued by mutation and rot. The Skaven scouts learn of the warpstone cache hidden within the belly of the beast. Understanding that a rogue Terrorgheist is no use to the undead, while a large portion of warpstone could bring great favor from the Skaven, other Skaven clans, the undead seek to put an end to the Terrorgeist's foul existence. So, after a little bit of lore, we go to setup. Here we have the Terrorgeist set up in the very center in his lair. The objective is to kill the monster and also be within 6 inches of the lair with more models than the opponent with it completely uncontested to win a major victory. So then we rolled off for the turn, and the Undead wind up going first. But first we have the Undead, 3 Vargheists, 1 Bat Swarm, 2 units of 5 Blood Knights, and a Vampire on a Zombie Dragon. Whereas we have the Skaven Warband with a Grey Seer, followed by a Plague Furnace. I know it looks like a Screaming Bell, but today it is a Plague Furnace. It has a Plague Monk on it. 3 Warplock Jezzails, 10 Storm Vermin, and 5 Acolytes. So, like I said, we roll off for turn 1, and the Undead wind up going first. But, luckily, I gain control of the Terrorgeist. So, he goes first, moves into position. He's a little bit wary of getting into combat. Moves up into a position where he could charge the Terrorgeist, but he's trying to keep rounds in combat with it to a minimum. So while I shimmy up into position to get my Plague Furnace as close as possible to the lair, then I wait. Sent the Terrorgeist up into the top right corner, right into the back of his Vargheists, to try and do as much damage as possible while it was still under my control. Unfortunately, I rolled really badly. It does not like me very much, and under my control I wind up only landing 1 wound. 1 wound with the Terrorgeist, doing d6 damage. So that's cool, but I only wound up, out of 27 wounds possible, only landed 2 wounds. Ouch. Oh my gosh, that hurt so bad. Especially with the Terrorgeist. I mean, that's better than anything else I have, so as far as attacking. Whereas his troops strike back and then wind up dealing every bit of 6 damage to the Terrorgeist. Meanwhile, his Blood Knights and Vampire on the Zombie Dragon are not in range for the piling in, so they remain facing the opposite way towards my Skaven with anticipation for the next turn. So, we roll off. The Undead wind up winning the first turn, but they choose for the Skaven to go first. Basically, since the Terrorgeist is now under his control on this turn, because we rolled off, and it'd be better if he went ahead and went this turn, but then oh wait, no. Yeah. It'd be best if the Skaven went this turn. So turn 2, I shimmy up a little bit, and I'm just kind of like, okay, well, let's see what this Plague Furnace can do. That dice is not representative of anything by the Plague Furnace right now, but you can see my troops steady shooting into the Vampire on a Zombie Dragon, but I am not doing very many 0 wounds at this point. My Jezzails are not doing quite the work that they should be doing. So, on his turn, on turn 2, He winds up, um, oh man, bringing up his zombie dragon and the Terrorgheist to maneuver all of his troops around and focus on my plague furnace. Definitely my plan was to bait with the furnace, but we'll see. So basically, about to be charged by all of these guys, his fellow bats wind up not being able to make the charge by 1 inch, but so they stay back for this turn. But as you can see here, I definitely wind up getting sandwiched between a rock and a hard place. The plague furnace hopefully can stand for a little bit longer. My Gray Seer is just kind of back looking at him like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But I'm just really hoping that the plague furnace can at least hold on to potentially get the Terrorgheist into my control the next round. Wind up doing, I think, 2 wounds to the vampire and a zombie dragon, but the Terrorgheist winds up doing 9 wounds to me. Oh my gosh, so I am desperately hoping that my troops will be able to hold on for one more turn, because it's not looking like I'm going to be able to have my plague furnace alive for much longer. Yeah, and then, oh man, so between a rock and a hard place for sure. On turn 3, the Undead wind up going first, so yeah, he gets a double turn, and yeah, my hopes is that I'm going to be able to hold on, but yeah, so the Terrorgheist is under my control, and he's going first though, so unfortunately he winds up making a few charges with his Vargheists into the back of the Terrorgheist, and then he winds up making a charge into my Storm Vermin with his Blood Knights. Ouch. So, as you can imagine, the Blood Knights wind up popping the Storm Vermin outright. I wind up attacking first with the Storm Vermin, and they wind up killing off 1 Blood Knight and doing 1 wound onto another, but it is just not enough. It is just not enough. The vampire on a zombie dragon winds up killing my plague furnace, and the Vargheists wind up killing the Terrorgheist. So at this point, I'm just kind of like, okay, I can work with this. You know, I got a few guys. I might be able to bomb the zombie dragon. I might be able to get out of the way of the Blood Knights, but unfortunately that is game, set, and match, because as soon as the Terrorgheist dies, if it's uncontested within 6 inches of the lair, that is game over. So, that's what we see right here. Definitely a memorable match. The Terrorgheist definitely definitely liked him more than he liked me. So, turn 3, it is a victory for the Undead. Oh man, that was definitely super fun though. So MVP, the Gray Seer, he wound up getting a couple things off. I wound up not remembering Vermintide this game, but you know, I Mystic Shielded a bunch, and that's what wound up keeping the Plague Furnace alive for so long. I definitely don't think it would have stayed alive if it didn't get that +1 to its armor save, or to its save, so that was pretty cool. The Jezzails did some work. I think all in all they wound up doing 6 wounds total this game, so that's cool. And the Plague Furnace, man, if that Terrorgheist wasn't there, the Plague Furnace would have definitely been around for a while. I can guarantee you that. MVP for the Undead, the vampire on a zombie dragon. He's super mobile, super scary, and you know, having that guy be your general, I mean, you can get away or you can get in, and I mean that's pretty good. And he's a wizard. That's you. The Blood Knights, ouch. You never, just like the Wild Riders, you never want to be charged by them. You would much rather charge them than be charged by them. And the Vargheists, they stood up and did work. They put it on that Terrorgheist. Oh man, I mean they wound up doing every bit of 10 wounds to it. So gotta hand it to them. The Vargheists are basically what wound up killing the Terrorgheist. Yeah, for sure. But thanks again for watching, y'all. There's going to be definitely more battle reports of Path to Glory coming up. I have another one coming up here pretty soon of the same day, the same sessions. Yeah, just in the comments section, let me know what I can do better, any rules that we forgot about, any rules that we did wrong. Yeah, just let us know, because we are trying to learn just as much as anybody else. So like, comment, subscribe. Just let me know what we can do better. And thanks again, y'all. Keep on wargaming.